So welcome everyone to Beijing. I'm going to show you the side of Beijing that you have never seen before because this is the future of India. Because right now this AQI is almost 35. It's not like, like America in some parts where AQI is less than 10, it's single digit, but still it's pretty clean air, breathable air, and I'm going to show you how it happened in Beijing. First of all, look at those bikes. Every single apartment complex you exit all this like modern apartment complex, you will see so many bikes. Whether you exit a traditional apartment complex right here, you will see so many bikes accessible right at the doorstep. You leave, you don't have to think about taking taxi, because you can take the bike, go near to the bus station or train station and use public transport as much as possible. And also on A map, the most common map here, you see that the time it takes to reach your destination is pretty much same as it would take by a taxi, by car versus public transport. Yeah, I basically see so many EVs in Beijing as well, and look at this. These are modern malls, blown away by the number of bikes here. Look at the number of people taking bikes. And this is all by the same company that gives food delivery, Meituan. Just like in the US, so many of these bikes are by Uber or Lyft itself. That's a similar concept here. Some people are managing the bikes by keeping consistent number of bikes at each place. Traditional housing, mall, restaurants, so much in proximity. Just like in India, we step down, we see stalls. Here they are shops. Today I'm going to show you the apartment complexes in China, how they cut down on pollution by dividing the apartment complexes into smaller squares where you have a middle school. That's actually a middle school. Students don't even have to take a bus. They can just walk to the school right there. In fact, if you want to go to a restaurant, it's just walking distance away here. So many places give me parallels with the US system, how we buy groceries and stuff, and so many places give me parallels with India as well. My goal today is to give you learnings from China so you can implement in your life, and how they have, most importantly, tackled pollution, bringing it down from the most polluted cities in the world to the bottom. Okay, let's get started.
It's huge! It's the biggest apartment I've ever seen. Just in comparison to where we just came from.
Yeah, 5x bigger. So this apartment building has 20 to 24 buildings. So right now we are in the intersection of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. There is a shop right here where it's like a convenience store. You can buy stuff here, and most importantly, the coolest part, a lot of people play badminton and not cricket like in India, but badminton and a lot of sports that I've seen people dancing here. It's pretty interesting culture.
Are you going to tell them about the dancing grandmas?
Dancing grandmas? I don't know what. You can tell me.
They're very controversial here. It's like a bunch of aunties will go in whatever public square they can find and blast loud music and dance, and they even compete with one another.
Oh really?
But apparently they cause a lot of public disorder. A lot of people get annoyed with them. So they're a little controversial.
A lot of uncles in the hot season, they have their shirt pulled up like a bikini, and they expose their stomach. It's very interesting.
Yeah,
I've seen that
Beijing bikini.
I've seen that in India too, so yeah, sometimes it's very interesting. This is a map as well, so it's called Taoyuan district. I can't read, of course, but it has pretty much everything you want. While walking, I also want to show you the recycling system here. I wish India also has it soon, because they recycle hazardous waste like batteries. They have e-recycle. This is not even in the US. I've never seen battery recycling station in the US. You have to go and find places for that. They're not in every community, but here you have the residual waste, a trash, normal trash. Here you have the compost waste, especially food waste like bananas, etc., separately going here. Here you have the boxes, and this is also boxes, and the cool concept is you get money when you give boxes away because they can reuse it. So the idea is you break the boxes, put it in it, and they give you per kg 0.6 yuan per kg. So in India, there was a concept of kabadi wala. They used to come and take that stuff away if it is useful, like newspaper. But here everything is automated with the help of these machines. You can literally get money for your recyclable stuff. That's an encouragement. You get encouraged to recycle here. This is a very good concept. I think this can be implemented easily in India too. Someone should do it. It could be a cool startup.
I will say the annoying thing about it is that if you just want to get rid of your boxes, but you forgot your phone. Like, you literally can't. Like, it's just, it won't open. So that's kind of annoying.
Oh my god, that is true, that is true. And for collecting packages, this is a special station for Pinduoduo packages. Like I told you about, like if you want cheaper stuff, for example, a shirt, that this one basically is from Pinduoduo, it's basically for $6 there. Like you wouldn't find even in a small, like, you know, small like clothing shop there, because they will be like making profit and selling for $10 at least, something like this. This was $6, this shirt I got from Pinduoduo. Insane. So let's collect packages right there. This is the package screenshot Katie is showing, and she's gonna show them and they will give them the package. In the middle of these apartments, there's a clothing store as well. But the one thing I've learned is, in the clothing store here, they're not the cheapest prices. Of course, it's for profit, it's capitalism. So for example, here these clothes are 20 to some 10 yuan, but these are kids ones. Adults want 60 yuan. So like if you want the cheapest possible prices, it's like the US. You will get it on Temu and Shein, and Temu and Shein are owned by a Chinese company called PDD Holdings, which stands for Pinduoduo. So if you want like cheapest of everything you want to buy wholesale or whatever, you can order it, but you will get it in 4 to 5 days. Just like in the US, you will get in 4 to 5 days or even 2 weeks with Temu or Shein. Here, Pinduoduo. Basically, they are the same parent company, but culturally, it's the same idea. Or you can, in the US, do Amazon. The equivalent here will be Taobao, which is Alibaba. So you can get it in 2-3 days, or express delivery. You can pay 5 yuan and you will get it next day. So culturally, these things are very fundamentally similar. Convenience stores, these grocery stores are expensive, even for eggs, than the online wholesale shops like Temu, Shein. But you don't see in the US a community where a lot of people can come and see each other that frequently, because like those apartments in the US don't encourage you to come to these middle parks as much as they encourage in China, as they encourage in India as well. Even around my community in Amritsar in India, like there was a park where you would see people sitting there doing nothing. So that is something culturally I miss in the US. Do you as well? It's so much fun to just sit here, observe people.
Apparently, if you go to a public park in China, like at 10 or 11 p.m., it's still full of people like playing on the playground, or like old people hanging out. Like, it's so nice, because in America, if you go at that time, it's just scary. You're just like, oh my God, will someone hurt me or rob me, you know? So.
Yeah, that's true. Now we're gonna go to a grocery store. Where is it? Because like this place is packed with not just grocery store, even hospitals. Which side is it, Katie?
There's no hospital here.
There's a hospital too in front of the leasing office. Where was it? Yeah, I saw that clinic.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
That way, and there's a pet shop.
Pet shop.
Yeah, and there's a restaurant, at least one restaurant, and there's multiple convenience stores, like dukans.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there's
don't
a DD
really need
coming.
to leave,
There's a taxi
except for
coming.
work.
Wow, this is wild.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of clothes hanging there, just like in India. A lot of people playing cards right there. What do you think is the difference between old people you see in America versus China versus India? You've seen all three too.
Yeah, the Chinese ones are definitely the most active.
Really?
You see them out and about.
I mean, in Punjab too, like we see so many people doing yoga. I mean, I don't know if I can compare.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Also, you didn't let me go out of the house too much in India because you were worried about me. So I don't know if I can like fairly compare.
Okay,
but, yeah, it seems like, I mean, dancing. Do they have dancing grandmas in India?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think it's like on another level here. And then in the US, old people often, like if they're really old, they'll just sit inside. So
they don't go for walk, yoga.
Not too much.
Oh yeah, here like Tai Chi. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. So now here we are exploring some of the grocery stores. Right there, that's one of the biggest grocery store I'm going to take you to. Like that's so big. It's called Life Supermarket.
And there's a bakery.
Oh, there's a hair salon. Okay. Oh, bakery. Yeah, pretty cool. And this has each side has its own park. I mean, it's just wild, you know. And the balcony view I showed you, there's a train going in between these buildings too, like in Chongqing. So it's just crazy.
Oh, that was so wild. I haven't seen that yet. But.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to the grocery store and show you the view. And there's police too. Like, look at that. There's an active patrolling going on. So that is the police golf cart. So pretty interesting. And where's Katie? Oh, that's a drink shop. Bob, what is that, Katie?
No, I think that's a dumpling shop.
Dumpling shop.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
'cause-
famous.
Yeah, or I don't know, but remember when it opened, they had like all these flowers and like a huge line, and
Oh,
they were
yeah.
blasting music.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, in India too, you see hair salons next to each other, but not in the US. One hair salon here, one right there, 38 yuan. So like $5 for haircut. And yeah.
And
you
there's
don't
the
see-
dumpling shop.
Dumpling. You want to get dumpling?
We could. We haven't tried it yet.
You want to try? Let's do
Sure.
it. Yeah, let's do it. And this is the supermarket, super big. Yeah, I mean, there's like outside the supermarket, there's like muesli with heated. This is same in India. I get like, you know, on my streets. This reminds me of home.
Sugarcane juice?
Sugarcane juice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the supermarket now. Okay, this supermarket has everything you can imagine. Like, you know, it has like dishes as well, like from all sizes. It's not like a small convenience store. It's like super packed supermarket. You can get everything you imagine, like even alcohol here. So here they have ice cream. Do they have matcha ice cream here?
Oh no, the ice cream's at the front. I think this is just like other frozen foods.
Yeah, this is insane. Like some
They're
fish is
fish?
fresh. Yeah, fresh fish too. So in a small space, how many things are here? It's just insane. I'm going to show you again eggs. I just love to show you egg prices because in SF there was a time I got for $9. This is like $2, and these are like I think 12 eggs. So yeah. So
Oh wait, look at these.
there was time we could get this for $9. Oh, this is cheaper.
Wait,
even
this
cheaper.
is. I think I think it's per kilogram.
Per kilogram. I can't read that.
I think
so,
I think that's kilogram. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Lucky Time?
Yeah.
Or do you-
No, Coke. So, and Coke, Pepsi, if you want to get this, like $1/2 for per can. So, yeah, pretty much similar like you get in a convenience store in the US.
Huh?
But I mean, not the price, but like
Oh,
the
oh.
idea.
It's like.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure
again,
it's like at least $2.
again, we miss the yogurts here. They don't have Greek yogurt again. That's something we miss the most. Oh, wait, is this Greek yogurt? No, this is flavored yogurt again. So, yeah, no Greek yogurt. Now finally, the most interesting, health service. This place is occupied with like, this has in fact a Shenzhen community health service station, which is fascinating, right? So like you can get vaccines and stuff here.
I guess.
Oh, and like full treatment too, do you think?
I don't know. You do? I don't know.
I mean,
We should go over there if you want answers.
oh, and this side, it's pretty interesting. This has a elderly service. What does that mean?
A what?
Tao Yuan Sub-District Elderly Service.
Oh, is that like, I don't know, maybe like activities for old people?
So activities for old people. Interesting. Wow.
Aw.
I've never seen that in India. Like services for old people.
I mean,
What kind of services they need usually?
maybe it's help too, like making appointments. For
Yeah,
a
maybe
doctor.
healthcare and stuff. Yeah. Katie had a Taobao package too, so they made a bag out of it with the tape. So we're ready now. So from the apartment complex, we're taking a bridge to the mall. It's connected to the mall directly through this. Bikers can go as well. You see a biker coming, like I think it's a school kid. So bikers are going to, and they put this package with the tape like a bag, and it's pretty exciting. We are going to one of the fanciest mall within 10 minutes walk from the apartment.
We actually have two malls.
Two malls here.
Within like a 10-minute walk.
Wow. So like, oh, that Luckin Coffee is there too? It's so
I think
many
that's the
Luckin-
one we're going
There are
to.
like 22,000 Luckin Coffee shops. That's Luckin one here. And the same apartment is connected with bridges to so many malls. This is another mall. Okay, so we're here getting a $2 coffee, not $2, $1.5 coffee from Luckin Coffee. Katie wanted. I mean, I don't drink coffee in the middle of the day. This is where we are, Luckin Coffee. Yeah, so this is coconut latte. I have to shake it and the coconut will be mixed. Okay, now I think it's mixed. I mean, coconut is like added to like Starbucks after inspiration from Luckin. Wow. How's it, Kitty? You got a tea, like Thai tea? Wow.
So good.
So this is not the only thing I've learned about China in my, few visits. What I've learned the most is that every small effort counts. Like, you cannot say that one one solution solve the pollution problem. It's actually small efforts. For example, the auction in Beijing in China, you have to pay $13,000, up to $13,000 to get a license plate for a car that you have already bought, or that being changed to EVs now because you can just walk in and buy a car, or the effort of moving the factories out of the main cities. Every effort counts, but my goal today is to show you, if you can pick any one effort and bring it to your life, if 1% every day you try to improve, just like the book Atomic Habits, you become 37 times better by the end of the year than your original state. So that will be my conclusion. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.